Hi!
I'm Kimmy, and I'm the founder of Page to Premiere.
And I'm Natasha, and I have my own YouTube channel, Tashaopolis, and I work for Kimmy as administrator.
We wanted to do a video on the Page to Premiere YouTube because it's been rather neglected as of late, and I thought it would be fun to start building it up and do fun stuff. And
yeah, definitely fun stuff.
Yeah. And we put some questions out on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook so you guys could all submit questions about what we do. Yeah, so let's get started!
How old are you? I'm Natasha, and I'm gonna be 20 in like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's almost birthday. When this comes up, she will be 20, so.
Yes.
Yeah. And I am 21. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your everyday routine? Life on Page to Premiere can be hectic, and it can also be rather relaxing, depending on the day.
Sometimes boring.
Yeah, it just depends.
And lonely.
Yeah. I'm staying at Natasha's house for the Divergent press junket and premiere, but normally I'm in NorCal and she's in SoCal, and we work from our beds or desks
or couches.
We're not. It's not a very social job.
It's not a very glamorous job, as a lot of people think.
Yeah, most people think that we go to premieres every day and we talk to celebrities and hang out with them.
That's not the case.
No. It's like that happens maybe twice a year, or maybe a little more than that. Like maybe a little more than that, but most of the time is spent on our butts on the computer.
On
the computer.
Yeah, and we're usually not very pretty.
No, we're pretty now. We did our makeup for you guys.
Yeah, or else we would be like no makeup, hair up in buns. Well, her hair is already
my hair's already short, but you know, like this makeup wasn't on.
Yes,
like,
but the everyday routine can just consist of us writing for Page to Premiere, getting up posts, working on social media.
Some people think, they're like, how do you get all this news? We actually don't have that many exciting methods of finding it. We, like any of you, can find it exactly the way we do. We just follow a ton of people on Twitter, and we follow a ton of people on Facebook, and we're just on the computer
constantly
all the time.
And I mean, sometimes we get emails and stuff that we need to post, but usually it's just from other bigger sites, and we just repost what they post, and we just kind of filter through everything and put up the most important things.
What inspired you to create Page to Premiere or join Page to Premiere, and can you give a brief history of the website?
That's Kimmy.
Yeah. So, this is kind of convoluted. Okay.
Let's try to shorten
we're gonna keep it short. Okay. So in 2007, I started a website called hisgoldeneyes.com after I'd read Twilight. And I was like 15 years old, and I just was like, ooh, vampires. I was so excited. Like, I just loved it.
So many of us
Like, so many of us. Like, I was obsessed. The only HTML or, like, computer knowledge of making websites I knew were from, like, MySpace and Neopets. Like, I never took a class.
Neopets.
Like, I mean, like, you know, like, I don't know if any of you know this, but there's, like, pet pages you can, like, make, and, like, guilds, like, clubs. Like, you had to use HTML for that. But, so I only knew that. It started out on FreeWebs, which is this free website builder. There's some of those out there today. And basically it just grew.
Probably looked very basic.
It did look very good. It was very basic, and it started out mainly as just a forum, and then it grew and grew and grew, and then eventually I moved it to its own domain name, hisgoldeneyes.com. And it eventually got so big that the company making the movie, Summit Entertainment, contacted me and said, do you want to go to the premiere of Twilight? And I was like, what? Seriously? No? Like,
and how old were you?
I was like, I think I was 16 at that point, or like maybe a little older. I don't know how old I was. You know, after obsessing about one series for a while, it gets a little, like, you can get a bit much.
Yeah, get a little bit, but then you start moving on to new books, and, and like, that's how a lot of us Twilight fans found different books. We wanted something like Twilight, and so that's what happened.
Yeah, so I found The Hunger Games. Yeah. I started a website called Mockingjay.net, which is about The Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
And at that point, there was no Mockingjay book. It was just The Hunger Games book. And, we got, like, I was doing it with two of my friends, and Becca, one of the friends that worked on it with me at that point, she got a arc of Catching Fire. We read it, we were like, oh my god. But pretty much we didn't know that the third book was going to be called Mockingjay. That was a huge coincidence. But basically what happened is that I started a website called The Smoke Lives about the Ugly series by Scott Westerfeld. And I was having all these ideas. I was like, I can make websites about everything. And then I realized, wait a second.
That's too much.
That's too much. You can't make websites about every single book you like. Like, it's too much time. Like, you have to do, like, social media for all of them. I was just like, this doesn't work. Especially after the Uglies film didn't take off and start going. So I decided I have to start a website about all book-to-movie adaptations. Mm-hmm. And that's how Page to Premiere was born. But it took like 3 years for it to actually work. Like, I started it in 2009 and it was completely dead until
after
recently.
Basically Breaking Dawn Part 2 hit theaters and was done.
That's when I could start focusing properly on it. So it took a long time for Page to Premiere to actually take off
and become a thing.
Become a thing. And especially now that YA adaptations are such a craze, it was just like something I liked became something that Hollywood liked.
Yeah.
So it was just
luck and great timing. I joined the site like a year and a half ago. I had met you for the first time at the Breaking Dawn Part 2 campout premiere, and our mutual friend Amy, hi Amy, she was working on His Golden Eyes before Page to Premiere, and she introduced me to Kimmy. Basically, Amy just pimped me out to Kimmy, and I kind of got hired like a couple months later to work on the site, and I was just a writer then, and we quickly became really, really good friends.
Yeah.
And I started helping her run the site more than just writing for the site.
Yeah. Yes, she's become a huge part of it, and it's awesome.
Yay, Natasha!
Woo! What is your favorite book-to-movie premiere or trip/experience that you've gone to? Probably the most exciting premiere that I've ever been to was the Breaking Dawn Part 2 premiere, just because that it was like the finale bash. Like, Twilight is what got me into this from the beginning. Like, it's like the thing that started all of this for me. And the last one was just really fun because I got to hang out with all the people that I'd met. I got to go to the after party, and it was just great. And we also got to interview most of the people on the carpet, so that was great. I got to go to the Divergent set in Chicago, which was really exciting. Then probably the other one that was my favorite was the Maze Runner set in Louisiana. I can't choose. This is too hard. Like, the Maze Runner set visit in Louisiana was just beyond awesome because we were like in the mud and there were snakes and stuff. But I can't. Yeah, no, there was like literally a snake wrangler there to make sure we wouldn't get bitten by like poisonous snakes. So we were literally like in the middle of nowhere, and it was like the middle of the night. It was crazy. But that was like it was crazier than anything I'd done because the New Moon set visit was like in a field, but it wasn't like in the rugged wilderness.
Yeah.
So like this was, most other set visits are like in a warehouse.
Did you feel like you were inside the book?
Yes. It was crazy. Like they found a set where you literally felt surrounded by a wall, even though there was no wall. The wall was going to be built in CGI, but it really felt like there was, like you were in the glade of the Maze Runner. But I can't really say anything else because the movie isn't out yet, and the trailer is going to come out in a week. So yeah.
Probably my favorite event was the host. I did everything for that movie, and it was just so much fun just to get like thrown into these things and just learning everything. And then my other favorite one was probably the Vampire Academy music party. I don't know why that was so much. Oh, I know why. Because I got to talk to the writer and director of the movie and made friends with them.
When you had a picture with Danila.
I got a picture with Danila, and I was with Christine, so that was really fun too.
Yay!
Yay!